7, 8, 9, 10. You got 10. That's full. Next one.
What are you, Jews? You don't know how to make a swastika.
Time for talking is about over. History is not made by long-winded debates.
It's all about love for our race and love for our people and the advancement of our race and the advancement of our people.
I wasn't born to be in politics or understand what Hitler freaking done. I was just born to be a mother and be proud of my children.
That's why I went, was because I believe in preserving my ancestry.
Males between the age of 17 to 25 don't have anything steady in their life. Some of these people are just out there playing dress up with real life consequences.
White lives matter! White lives matter!
I'm not in any of these groups or anything. I'm just a mother who loves her son.
I can't work with a fucking nigger. They irritate the shit out of me.
That's who changes history.
You had some very bad people in that group, but you also had very fine people on both sides.
Do you think that what you call the alt-left is the same as neo-Nazi?
All
Are you
of those
putting them on the
people-
same
excuse
level?
me,
That's my question.
I've condemned neo-Nazis, but not all of those people were neo-Nazis, believe me.
Black lives don't fucking matter. White lives matter. We built this fucking world. We built this country.
The ovens are going to be a lot hotter than this fucking pepper spray.
The Unite the Right rally on August 12, 2017, in Charlottesville, Virginia, turned violent and left the nation divided.
After the hate rally that took place in Charlottesville, Virginia, a video went viral showing the beating of a counter-protester named DeAndre Harris.
Jacob Scott Goodwin was identified online and arrested, charged with unlawful wounding, a felony that could carry up to 20 years in prison. I met Jacob's family in the aftermath of the rally. They fiercely deny the charges and say that Jacob was defending a fellow white nationalist. His parents are poised on the edges of the movement that Jacob has joined.
Let Eddie just remind you, anything that's recorded could be used in any kind of a trial, okay? Any kind of a litigation. So just keep that in mind, okay? I'm very happy that God gave you to me and not somebody else. I'm glad that you're my son, not somebody else's son. I love you with all my heart, Jay. And it's gonna be all right, son. It's gonna be okay.
What I do and who I'm affiliated with? Alright, I'm a member of Arkansas Shield Wall Network. I advocate for white civil rights.
Racist go home! Racist go home! Racist go home! Racist go home!
I went to Charlottesville for a protest. Politicians trying to buy into that fad that we're progressive and we want to remove this racist history, and that's not in key with history at all. That's why I went, was because I believe in preserving my ancestry.
Photos and videos showed at least 6 white supremacists punching, kicking, and beating Harris.
Calling me N-word, telling me I wasn't supposed to be here, telling me to die.
I had always thought about joining the military, make my dad proud, but this is my way, this is my cause, and this is something I will fight for. We just gotta make sure that we kindle the flame of our ancestors and raise above, and we're gonna hail victory.
Please, baby, I love you.
Come on. It's okay. I'll see you soon. It's okay, baby. Come here, come here.
Good. All right, girls, let's go for it. You better hurry, they're gonna get it.
He's just a political prisoner. And I could be more proud.
Come on, Pete.
He said, Mom, this white man was getting beat up. And I said, oh my God, what did y'all do? He said, we retaliated. We couldn't let him get beat up. He just didn't stand there. And I didn't raise him to stand there and just watch somebody get the snot beat out of him and almost kill him. And that's why I'm proud.
I'm sorry, you don't mean to cry. I'm just a mother and I love my son. You know, if he would have done something bad, or he would have been violent to somebody, I would say you're going to have to take your punishment. He didn't do anything wrong. All he did was see somebody get attacked and he tried to help.
I don't agree with every point of view that Jacob has.
Oh, I don't, because I don't know it all yet. I'm learning.
I know that what he did was right. When there's a situation where someone's in need, get involved. Don't ignore it.
Baby, it hurts me.
I know it does. I know, sweetheart. I know.
This here is my world, okay? I go to Walmart. I do my shopping. I go have lunch with my friends. I come home, I make sure my husband's got his clothes washed and his supper done. I raise my children.
I don't want this to define us. I don't want this to make us somebody that we weren't.
I just want to live my life and love my children and my family. You know we're not like that. You know they're saying he's a Nazi and everything else. I guess you saw it on, did you see it on TV too?
No, I hadn't seen it.
This guy's lost customers over it. You know, Jakobs are separatists. There's a difference. They're not learning what the difference is between a separatist and... It's not about a black or white issue. You know how we are. It was about the statues, to start with. You know, history. About history, yeah. Why does everything have to turn to white or black? That's what I don't get.
Well, I don't want to run that other horse.
Easy. Look, we just want heritage to be preserved and see our posterity.
Here, the narrative is that the Civil War wasn't about slavery, it was about states' rights. Do you agree with that? Or what do you guys think about that?
I do think it was about states' rights. I can promise you, not one man here was thinking, well, I'm dying for a noble cause trying to protect slavery.
If you think about Jacob and what he stood for in Charlottesville, do you think the people buried here and Jacob were standing for the same thing?
Yes.
Yes.
These men were in a conflict, and I think Jacob feels he's in a war, in his opinion, where maybe people are starting to radicalize against white people.
I didn't realize he had become that associated with any of these ideals or groups up until the day that Charlottesville happened. That's when I found out was Charlottesville. Me and Jacob are 10 years apart. We love each other and we talk as much as we can, but there's been a lot of distance between us. Because me and my parents have never really seen eye to eye since I was probably 15. I had had enough of religion and racism. I'm not into either one of those things. I went to the Marine Corps at 17 and I left. People like my brother that are of a certain age, a certain mindedness already. Like, you might not be full of hate, but you might be a little bit racist, and you know, you think racist jokes are funny and you got a chip on your shoulder and you don't have any group that you belong to, and people that are manipulative, they seek out people to do their bidding. That's the kind of people that run these organizations.
What we have to focus on now is Virginia. We have to focus on making sure he has the best legal representation possible so that he will come out of this without a felony conviction on his record. And I don't want him to do any time other than what he has to do before the trial.
Listen, the minute Jacob walked out that house, they're getting ready to arrest him outside and they're patting him down. But he said, call Billy. Billy's the one you're supposed to call. There is no freaking way in this whole world I live the rest of my life that we can ever repay you. Ever.
Billy Roper has spent his entire life championing white supremacy. He's the leader of the Shield Wall Network, the organization Jacob is in.
You're helping me raise this man too. You don't realize that, but you are.
Billy has organized legal and financial resources for the Goodwin family since Jacob's arrest.
I'm an activist. I'm a true believer.
My dad was a member of the Klan, as were both of my grandfathers.
My father was also a member of the Klan.
Billy Roper is a very educated man.
Oh, very educated.
He is a quiet, respectful man.
Yes.
I've never heard Billy put down a person. Around me, it's always been our race needs to take pride in itself again.
How are we going to make sure that our grandchildren are not niggers? You see those little babies right there? Those little babies would never have to go to school with any fucking niggers or spits or goose. You know why? Because all non-whites would be fucking dead. They would be buried. We'd be the only ones left. Yeah, I'm not a white separatist. I'm a non-white extinctionist.
Someone has to be the one who says the most radical and extreme things, make it possible for others to say, oh, I may not be as extreme as Billy Roper, but, you know, he has a point.
We have been conditioned to believe that the people who call themselves Jews today are the Israelites of the Bible, and they're not. We've had our birthright stolen by people who are claiming to be God's chosen people when they are not.
I don't know a Jewish person anything. They are the ones that denied Christ.
All those promises that God made to the Israelites were made to whites because we are the true Israelites.
I'd switch places with Jacob in a second, if I could, because Jacob is my brother. He is, without a doubt, one of the most strong-minded people that I know, willing to fight for what we are all trying to fight for. It's all about love for our race and love for our people, and the advancement of our race and the advancement of our people.
I think we should go full Third Reich. There's so much negative connotation with all that stuff that happened back then.
Their Führer showed us the way. We need, essentially, the Führer again. Someone who has to devote their life to a single goal of a Aryan Reich.
10 years ago, whenever I would go to a white nationalist meeting, I would be the youngest guy in the room. And it looked like it was a dying movement. Now it's just the opposite.
The first time I ever heard of Billy Roper was 2 days after my brother was arrested. People like Billy Roper, it's people that have an agenda and they need other people to parrot their agenda. And they find people that are easily manipulated. Males between the age of, 17 to 25 that don't have a career, don't have anything steady in their life. Like, that's a pretty easy target. Some of these people are just out there playing dress up with real life consequences.
Yeah,
this guy here was at the hotel last night.
My friends, that's a kike right there. He's so Jewish. To the end, it is shower time.
I mean, I don't see any hateful symbols anywhere around here, you know what I mean? But we actually made it a point to not bring hateful symbols because it shouldn't be about hate, it's more so about love.
Current's moving faster than anybody can. It's not a fringe movement anymore.
Forward! Close doors! Right nation! Now we start the deportation!
Viva la comunidad de inmigrantes!
Viva!
Race traitors!
Fuck you, Nazis!
Fuck you, Nazis!
Go back to the dustbins of history. We know who the KKK is. They're genocidal murderers.
Blood and flow! Blood and flow!
We know who the Nazis are. You're great at murdering people at night, but you suck in the marketplace of ideas.
White lives matter! White lives matter!
White lives matter! Oh, but you can't say that. That's racist.
In the face of hate, I'm gonna let it shine. In the face
Then they tell us we're supposed to say Black Lives Matter. We're supposed to jump up and down and sing it. Go, Black Lives Matter. I'm not gonna take that fucking shit anymore. Black lives don't fucking matter. Because if they did, they wouldn't kill each other like animals in the streets of Chicago.
And we shall all together as one. Hail victory!
I'm not choosing a side. I'm not going to choose a side. If you went to Charlottesville, you were either on the right side or you were on the left side. There wasn't no in between. You were either on this side fighting or you were on this side fighting. wish people would give me a chance to understand that I'm not on the left side and I'm not on the right side. I'm just the person. I'm just the mother.
We got letters that call us horrible parents, call us Nazis, said that we taught our children are nothing but hate, that people like us deserve to die. I've never been affiliated with any group or anything, so I mean, why would you jump on me? You've never seen me at a rally or a protest ever hold up a sign. I don't know every view these groups have.
Right. So here's a quote. Billy Roper said this. I'm a biological racist. I'd rather have the entire species become extinct, except for one white boy and one white girl who were raised by a pack of wild wolves, than our race go under and be inherited by Asians and mulattoes who can play the classical violin and recite Shakespeare. Like, that's me, by the way. Like,
sure.
Yeah.
Like that.
And there again, look.
Did he say that after he talked to you?
No, that's a quote of his.
We said from the onset, we don't agree with everything, and they're probably not going to agree with everything we say.
But do you understand how toxic that can sound to a lot of people?
But let me tell you what.
Myself.
Of course.
I hate to tell you, but you know that talk right there is going to recruit people.
But you're aligning yourself into a movement that does think that. And
I see your point. That's a good point.
But here's the thing: we have been pushed into a situation we didn't want to be in. We did not want to be in this situation.
Whenever you came out there with these, Antifa was on the other side. You brought your Nazi helmet. Yes, you're right. These are nice.
Guess what comes next?
That's right.
Oh, I don't like this little thing over here. I just want you to know, we need Velcro. We need some good Velcro.
I've got like a Kevlar, like a Operation Desert Storm era one, but I like this one. This, of course, it reminds people of
you look like a Nazi too wearing it.
Well, I hope so, yeah. Let's go ahead and get started. My name is Billy Roper, and this is a meeting of the Shield Wall Network, and we are, without any equivocation, a white nationalist preppers organization. For too long, people who think like we do have only communicated online and never developed the trust of looking someone eye to eye, shaking their hand, and becoming an in real life friend. Don't discount our numbers. There are many more of us than you would imagine. When you go back after this meeting and you're online, look for people in your area who are like-minded or who are right-wing or conservative. If they can be cherry-picked and radicalized towards us, they just need your leadership to bring them further to the right, to awaken them.
What is it, red pill?
Red pill means you're awake and aware.
Yeah, I'm awake. He's waking him in, wearing me really quick. But I'm Jacob's mom. Say hi to everybody.
Hey everyone.
Hey Jacob.
How's it going?
I'm doing all right. I'm alive in here. They've been making it nice and comfortable for the darky friends in here, so at least we can reap the benefits, right? All I gotta say is if this is all those commie bastards got, I'm doing all right. It's not too bad.
Yeah.
I think that after hearing how the situation is going, you all understand how important it is we continue to support him, not just his legal defense, but also his commissary, and to send him cards and letters to keep his morale up. But also, we've been raising funds through the online website. And on the 14th or thereabouts, I think his parents plan on going to visit him. So here is $700 that have been raised online to help you guys with travel expenses for that. And there'll be more coming. We're going to now talk about the Shield Wall Phalanx, which is the defensive arm of our organization. I'd be happy to host the Phalanx to come up and practice formations.
We have, you've been in my house, we have property. So if we need to build a bonfire and do that at the house or whatever in the afternoon, we can do that.
So if you guys are willing then,
yes, we are.
January the 20th at y'all's house.
That's fine.
Is that cool?
Sure. Yep.
Lean on me when you're not
Lean on the fucking tank for a little bit.
I'll be your friend.
He's gonna love it, I can't wait. I can't wait, I'm so excited. This is awesome, look.
How do you feel about your parents becoming political?
That's definitely it's definitely something I never thought would happen, but it happened. So I know something great has to come out of it.
We weren't involved in this before until our son became involved in this. We've had to discuss race with people more in the last 4 weeks than we've had in the last 15 years of our life. I mean, we didn't walk around thinking or discussing race. It just didn't come up in our life. I can't just sit back and do nothing now because a lot of what these guys have told me
has come true.
I see that they are correct now. We're living in a time that I never thought I would ever live to see in this country.
That's right.
Your race is on the verge of being pushed into extinction.
That's right.
I have a letter that my son wrote that he wanted me to read to you. My dearest comrades, I write these words to you from the darkness of a cell. My crime is being unapologetically white. Now they aim to break our families, our belief, and our spirits, but it will be to no avail. Our enemies know that together each flame makes a mighty torch that expels the darkness. Written by Jacob Goodwin, a political prisoner. In his last words, Hail Victory.
Hail Victory. This fight is a good thing. We're learning that we have to recruit in our white society. Our history will stay strong. I just wish I had more voice to give y'all, that's all. So that's what I did for the movement. I gave y'all Jacob.
Yeah!
Hail Victory.
She said, "This is my son, and she will stand strong for him." And she is the sort of person that's standing for us. So hail victory!
I'm done with that. I don't want to watch that. No, that's not me at all. I'm not. I don't really have anything nice to say about that at all, or any of those people.
He's gonna be a radical when he gets out. He's gonna be ready with y'all. He's saying he's ready. He's ready to fight with y'all again. Before I know, you thought I was a neo-Nazi mother. Am I right? Okay. So what am I now? I'm a separatist, right?
As a human being, and as an Asian person, I am horrified by the ideology of these groups. There's this woman here who clearly loves her son, who just did a symbol that Jews around the world, Asians around the world, minorities have spent so much time to
Get rid of. And then here I go. I was doing it just for Jacob. I'm not there. Jacob was there. And would Jacob do that? He would have done that as the group did it. Now I'm knowing that it's a bad thing. I won't do it again. Because now I understand what you're saying it stands up for. For what? But the way I was doing it, I didn't think it was a bad thing.
It's your responsibility to understand what kind of ideology your son has gotten himself into. Billy Roper, they Google him. The first thing that comes up is the Southern Poverty Law Center that says he is one of the biggest extremists in America. Every non-white person on the planet has to become extinct. That is Billy Roper.
But I didn't know at the time. I'm finding all this stuff out after the fact, you know? I just want to do my job. I was just born to be a mother. I wasn't born to be in politics or understand what Hitler freaking done. I was just born to be a mother. And be proud of my children. Why can't I just be proud, Ed? Oh, why? Why can't they just let me be proud, Ed? Lots changed since you were here last time. I'm waiting to go to war, you know.
Roll quarters and you clamp the ends up your head straight up. I was asked just to do some military drills. I'm the only guy probably they know that's been in the military. But as far as a leadership role, no. I'm not a leader.
Forward. Hey.
They haven't changed who I am. I still have my own mind, my own morals. For visual effects, you get 15, 20 guys all dressed in the same uniform holding shields and their boots on a pavement. It has a psychological effect on people. It intimidates people. And that's basically what you want.
Tell Victor.
This was their first training. I thought they did really good for their first training. I was proud of them. I was proud that Scott's kind of stepped up to the plate.
Oh, word! Oh. This is changing me. It's changing the person I am. Anger does make you look at things differently. You begin to say, look, I don't care how you feel about me. The only people helping my son are these people. I could care less what you think about me because I know me. I know who I am.
I'm done making excuses for them. I'm done giving them the shadow of the doubt and being like they're older and blah, 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 blah. Like, that's it. I don't have enough time and energy to make sure that they're on a good life path. Don't want to be involved. Don't call me. Don't tell me about it. I love my brother. Good luck. That's where I'm at right now. I love you. Good luck.
Semi-monthly training sessions will be held by Chris and Scott for Central Arkansas. And you guys will be in charge of scheduling those and running them for your shifts.
I think he'd be proud of his dad. I think he is proud of his dad.
Nice meeting you, sir. See you Monday.
Hey, y'all let us know y'all made it. Let us know y'all all right. Anytime they want to come here and train, I'll feed them. I made friends through Jacob being in jail. I've made great friends. I've met great people.
Would you say now you're like fully a part of this movement?
I'm on board to support and to help. I'm not joining a group. Scott and I ain't joining a group. I have to fight an unjust and an unfair world with my son. So be it. If my husband has to get out here and train him, so be it.
In the last few months, you've gotten really far into what a lot of the world would say is a very corrosive movement. Scott is training these people. It looks like you're going into this movement with Billy.
Just because I'm here with them doesn't mean I agree with them. I don't agree with some of these hard people. I don't agree with this violence.
You don't have to be violent to have a violent ideology. I was raised to believe that Nazis were evil. They killed 6 million Jews and Jehovah's Witnesses. They invaded Russia, Poland.
I wish you'd have this talk with Jacob.
They invaded...
There he is. Did you want to say anything to Ed? Ed's here.
Hello.
Hey, what's up, Ed?
Let me ask you this. What do you think of the Holocaust? Should that have happened?
The Holocaust?
Yes.
I believe that millions of Europeans and millions of non-whites died.
And 6 million Jews.
That number is up for debate.
Okay, but you recognize that Jews were systematically killed in the Holocaust?
I don't believe so. I believe that they were trying to develop an ethno-state.
Sorry.
Are you thinking, so you're telling Mama, are you telling me and Ed that you think that none of them were gassed or none of that happened?
No, I don't believe that. I've not seen, if you could produce one document that ties Adolf Hitler to the gas camps or the supposed death camps, then you'd be a rich man because they don't exist.
In your meetings, you invoke Nazi imagery. You'll say, "Hail Victory," you have swastikas. Clearly, these are things that you romanticize. Rhino sings and he says, "Look at that kike right there. It is shower time for you." What does that mean?
Do we really believe people were systematically gassed in a shower? If you wanted to kill a whole bunch of Jews, pile them in a room and then just shut the door. They're going to suffocate anyways. You don't need to drop Zyklon B on them. It makes no sense.
He's not going to debate and he's not going to argue with. He's not honest way. Y'all may not see eye to eye. And I know you keep bringing up the Holocaust at every issue that you have, and evidently it means a lot to you. But he's going to tell you honestly what he thinks. He's not going to bullshit you. So y'all, but then you may have.
Tamara, do you understand what he is saying? Just listening to that, do you understand what he is saying?
I don't mean to be ugly. It doesn't matter to me. It's horrible what happened to these people, but you're not going to change it either.
But no. Even if you're saying it's horrible what's happening to these people, but then Jacob just now, you heard him as well as I did, that he.
I really wasn't. I was letting y'all have your conversation.
You need to listen.
See, I don't get into it.
But you have to. I'm sorry, Tamara.
I don't.
I don't mean to.
I don't. It's not.
You.
It doesn't upset me. It doesn't because you know what?
Tamara,
I just like he goes on this all this time.
Listen to your son. Your son basically he thinks that the Holocaust was just this accident. That we bring this up as if it's nothing.
I don't agree with that.
Tamara, for you to say you don't know is really problematic.
I know, but what difference does it make to me right now? What I'm not going to be able to change his thought or change your thought. I don't have a thought about it. That I've heard them debate. I do just like this. I just sit and.
But you can't. You cannot do this right now because you know why? Because the world is watching you.